Hello, my name's Oliver Ridgeway. I'm the executive chef of the Inn of the Anasazi, Santa Fe. We're just here today. We're going to talk about some of the food that we prepare. Basically, we feature fresh seasonal produce, recognizing where we are, but also recognizing my experience where I have worked. I have a beautiful selection of seafood and vegetarian dishes in front of us today. I really try to focus on seafood. And one of my main aspects of being in Santa Fe was, you know, where's the ocean? What am I going to do? I love to cook seafood and fish, but we have a great supplier in town and we get our fish flown in daily. So we're able to feature some fantastic fish on the menu. As I mentioned, recognizing the seasons, I try to follow the seasons, and that will give you direction in how you're supposed to be preparing your dishes. Obviously, tomatoes is the fruit of summer. And we have a lovely gazpacho here, which you'll see, and it's with an avocado cannelloni, and that's a summer vegetable gazpacho. And I really wanted to highlight the dish. Often gazpacho can be quite, not boring, but you know, what do you put with it? So I did an avocado cannelloni, and not using pasta, but using avocado. And
that's really interesting.
In the same,
so where you would wrap the cannelloni with a pasta, you've got a thinly sliced avocado. And
I was sitting in a restaurant and we were eating sushi, and I ordered some fancy roll and it came with the avocado on the outside, and I thought, well, I could do that with something else. So I made a nice goat's cheese and a mascarpone mousse, wrapped it in the avocado. It looked beautiful, and you know, I thought that would go well with the gazpacho, and it's visually, you know, exciting as well. So that dish was born. Very simple, very easy, very seasonal and tasty.
And you've got an oil that's drizzled around.
That is virgin olive oil and mixed herbs, and that just really cuts through. Once you get a scoop of everything in your mouth, it really comes together. You get that herbal flavour with the gazpacho and the creaminess of the mascarpone and ghost cheese, and that's toasted macadamias on top, and you get that nutty finish as well. It's a really balanced dish and very popular.
Wonderful.
I also feature today, we have some kampachi, which is very similar to hamachi, which is what people mostly see on the menus. And all we do there, we make a light ponzu dressing. Ponzu is an Asian citrus vinegar, and we make a vinaigrette with soy, with the ponzu sesame. And very simple, we toss that with the kampachi just before we serve it with tobiko, which is wasabi tobiko, flying fish roe. And it slightly marinates the fish, and then you get that sort of poppiness from the tobiko, so you get that texture in the mouth.
And of course, you've garnished it there with a little bit of a fried taro chips.
We put fried taro chips there, and quite often when I'm eating a tartare, it's nice to have a vehicle to put it into the mouth, and so you could eat it as an appetizer, or you can scoop it onto the taro chip and eat it like you would do a snack. So, and it's also visually pleasing as well. It really does have a nice effect on the plate, but very fresh, great texture on the fish, has that citrus bite, great texture with the chips, and another balanced dish, another popular one.
And then we've got one more fish dish here.
And this dish here, which is one of our biggest sellers, it's actually Chilean sea bass, but we do get it from the larger fish, so it has done its duty to Mother Earth. I know that a lot of people have concerns on Chilean sea bass, but we do get it from the larger fish. It's not in the protected species range, but great texture. And I based that in harissa, which is the North African spice, and then we pan roast it in that, so you get that roasted sort of pepper flavour around the fish, which is quite buttery. And then I make a petit pan succotash. Petit pan are the baby squash, and I cook them down with onions, shallots, ginger and tomatoes, and that's like a little relish on the bottom of the plate. And then we have a young corn puree, bright yellow, smooth, velvety puree, and then saffron pillows. And the actual saffron pillows are actually gnocchis. I made saffron gnocchis, and when you put them into water, gnocchis become quite dense. So I put them into a flash fryer and they actually puff out like pillows. So you get that really nice effect, and it's a really balanced dish. It's very summery, very colourful, and another big seller. These are some of my favourites here. So yeah.
Wonderful. Chef Ridgeway, thank you so much for sharing some of your signature dishes here.
No problem. Thank you.